Mostly I work into the area of industrial engineering and that to the supply chain and reverse logistics sustainability. So we will see that, what is happening as of now is that, the technology part, it has its own limitations. And, and whatever the manufacturing worldwide it is happening, so probably corporates are more focused towards the profit, but there are very few corporates who wanted to invest into the research, and that is the and what happens is that when the product is used over a period of time, since its inception to the use of the product, there are a lot of issues. Even a product which I am using may have a adverse environmental impact. Now the issue comes is that who is going to take care? So probably the things which be taken care by the technocrats or the designers, because they have to rethink of the product, and then they have to rethink of the environmental impact. And as as the design comes into picture, then manufacturing is the next stage. So people say that we have to look into a product with the environment, but I say we have to look a product with the redesign of the product, because the product when it has been it is in the inception. So design is the first part where all the materials and other things are selected, and then the consequences we are facing many consequences. See, I will give you some of the example of today. We say that solar panels. Even India has become a capital for solar energy worldwide. So and we never thought of that. What is going to happen when these PV modules are after a certain period of time? This is very, the recent study where probably that is having a 30 years of life, and the harmful effects of which is used cadmium, then bone softness, then lead. So you can read it also because I don't want to read those things. But somebody has decided to make a solar panel. He would not have thought that this will be the condition where we have reached today, because the entire focus is shifting towards the harnessing the solar energy in spite of having a conventional forms of energy, maybe the coal or the crude oil or something. And then there are many issues like air pollutions are there, water pollutions are there, and mostly air and water is directly attached to the soil, and then it is going to impact the food supply chain. And this is not one; there are many. See, many years ago, when the we migrated from the paper to the plastic in most of our services. When we were small into the small our school days, we hardly get a plastic, but now it has become a fashion in few of the days. But now there is certain restrictions is there. Even you pay for some plastic, but why to pay? Because we know that it is going to create a environmental impact. And then we talk about the microns, so you can use the above my some microns. So, but can we are ensuring that the higher micron plastics are recycled, and then where it is going? And these are the some of the some of the data which is supplied by United Nations. It says that at least 800 species worldwide are affected by marine debris, out of which 80% is plastic. Because we do not have an effective system, so finally it goes to the river and then it goes to the oceans and all. So this is, and many of the countries they do not have any river, so their discharge goes into the ocean also. So this is one of the prime cause. You just think of a morning when somebody come buying a milk, and how many milks, so many plastics, where it goes. Then then let us see about the plastic waste by the company. Let us talk. This is the data of 2018, where Coca-Cola, Nestle, Dando, Hindustan Lever, then Colgate Palmolive. You just think of a plastic waste which is created by these companies, and it is into the metric of tons. See, problem is that we have to rethink our whole. It starts from design, and then we have to think of a innovative concepts through which these products will be delivered. We have to think of the innovative concepts where materials where can we reduce the use of the plastic. But I told you in the beginning is that unless most of us are in the business to harness the resources. Very least people are taking care of the aspects. Even the government has lost. Even the Indian government, when the Prime Minister Modi took since 2014, there are so many laws have come, and slowly it is happening. See, this is the another one example. This is racing cars. So, racing is the one of the prime sports where we design a wheel, and then after a certain period of laps, those wheels are where it goes. And mostly now they started reusing it, but earlier days it used to be thrown. And this is the few examples where the straw which is going into the neck of the. So basically, what is happening is our industrialization, our lifestyle, which has grown to such a level that everybody is having the luxury. So for that, there are huge industrialization. Even still, if you talk about the developing nation, not about development and developing nation, it's still the concept where emit how much a company is permitted to emit is not yet fixed now. We have certain laws where any company who is doing the industrial activity, they should have a clean air disposal. But how much? And then for that also there is no limit. Then I told you the things where the resource depletion is another one problem, and then the solid waste. See, if you look into this solid waste and then you go to the cities across the country, you will find out that every big metropolitan or the medium range city is having the mountains of this solid waste, because we do not have a policy to dispose of it. And then even if it is now slowly it is taking place, but even any corrective action at the disposal level is you will take years to settle it. But if any corrective actions, if you take it at the design and the manufacturing level, so probably material level, so probably the problem can be minimized. And then I talked to you about the things which is directly related to the water pollution, air pollution, land degradation, which is directly happening. Now, if you talk about the any government, so government says that it is happening from many years and it cannot be done in one day. It is true. Then or if you talk to people, then he will say that we do not have the option to what to do because we are getting items which is purely we are not producing it. So can we can think of that is it the material problem? Certainly, this particular issue is the important, and when we talk about the materials, if you look into the today development, there are a lot of research which is happening onto the alternate material because the all the problems will have its origin from the material. We will see it into the later stage of this presentation that how it is having. Uh, Whether it is solvable problem, so I say it is yes because but it requires a considerable effort. Let me go to the some of the this one examples. See, there are a lot of manufacturing which is happening into the garment industry, and you never know that what is happening with the garment which we are disposing it of. See, normally, either we give it to somebody or we we give it to some store which they are giving certain items in the return. Normally, normal practice is this. But this is the company which is known as the Patagonia. So what they started is they started uh, to use the post-consumer recycled material in their product. So they started taking back the material, and then from those materials they were making the item. And if you are returning the item, so they were giving the discount. It is an old one. This is 1993. This is the website, you can go through that. Now I will tell you the Indian experience where government also forced these retail stores to collect these used clothes. But ultimately, what is the limitation in this one is that most of the companies, they do not have a recycling facility. Or uh, see, if you are doing the recycling, then the major challenge is that can we separate a yarn from the cloth? And there are a lot of startups which are working on the technology that can we separate a yarn from the used cloth. And if that is possible, then things are going to be much easier because uh, yarn yarn quality deteriorates, but it can be used into the alternate places if it can be converted into the yarn. So probably I look into the two perspective. One is that it is the designer perspective, and then how it can be manufactured. This is also a interesting one in the houses. Many of us will have a small kid, and we buy a small chair, but we never know that what is happening with that particular small chair because your house may not have a continuous leakage. So they have a a growing power, growing, and then every time from small to big, you are changing a chair. So, we have to rethink on the design perspective where the one chair can be designed in such a way that even from the small kids to elder one, they can use the same chair. Uh, This is also another one, concept of design for recycling, where Dunlop boots has been made and made with the completely recycled material. But Dunlop, Nike, there are few ones, but can everybody can do it? Because there are a lot of companies, those who are into manufacturing of the shoes, and then they are small scale industry, shoes, slippers, they are making it. So that is the challenge. Then I will give you another one example. This keyboard and mouse. And since it is a challenge, but with a proper design and proper selection of material, we can eliminate it. And the Logitech case study says that they had considerably changed the material into their keyboard and the mouses, and they were able to eliminate the virgin material of 273 tons, and the carbon footprint is 524 tons. See, this is something which encourages any designer to rethink on the design of a product where the alternate material can be think. And when the alternate material thinks, then may be possible that the conventional manufacturing processes may not be adequate to tackle it. So then the same things happen. So this is another one example of Apple. So Apple has they had done very hard effort where they are ensuring that the the phone which is made of a material which is 100% recycling, then it should be energy efficient, and then the packaging also is the one of the challenge, because packaging mostly, if you are using higher plastics, then again it is happening with the generation of the waste. So we can design a product which can be packaged properly, or which can be packaged with the environmental friendly materials, and then they are ensuring the climate change. And this is another one example where IMCO is the company who is making the computers, and you just look into the materials which alternate materials which they come across. So the back cover, they come out with the aluminum, then cooling tubes and heat sinks are made of copper. Motherboards are made of the fiberglass layer, copper. Memory units is silicon, or silicon slices, or gold wire. So and this is the award-winning product of 2012, and they were able to eliminate what? So they were able to eliminate the high use of mercury, lead, cadmium, plastic, bromide flame resistant, which is normally in all the laptop and PCs it is taking, and they came out with the product in which most of the things were reusable. And then the case where we have a easy disassembly process. See, when we design a product, manufacture it, when we design it for assembly, so probably we do not take care that how this product can be easily disassembled, because it is the manufacturer responsibility that we should come out with the system that when the product is manufactured, it can be easily disassembled when it is ends its life. And then that is the bigger challenge where manufacturing and assembly, design for manufacturing and assembly has to be work, and they have a disassembly time of the 10 minutes. This is the another one, design revolution, where they were coming with the eco-friendly plastic, or that is bioplastics. So the bioplastics, normal plastic, which you throw it into which we are getting into the market. I think it is having a durability of hundreds of years. but these biodegradable plastics are degrading within 73 days, and probably that is the things which we. But yes, the cost and other things which has to be think of. Then there is another one example where the Nike has come out with the footwear which is made of 76% of the recycled material, and they were able to recycle it by 99% of that, and they come out with the brand name, which is brand is the Nike, but that is the space junk which is there, and they started making the shoes completely out of the recycled material. So it is not true that things are not happening, but it it has to be taken it as a revolution. Then this is another one example which I was talking for the racing tire. So now they are coming out with the reuse of the racing tires into the various household items which is there. See the focus, what I talked you on the two issues. One is that, what is the problem? And then I talked you that what is the solution. My way to look into a product is like this. See, when the product is manufactured, it is having a life cycle impact. And now, if you look into the normal product life cycle, so it is having a material, means from where material is coming, and then production, distribution, use, and recovery. Now, when you are harnessing a material which is having an environmental impact, when you are producing it also which is having an impact, when you are distributing it is having an impact, when you are using it and when you are recovering it, because recovery is also it requires a lot of energy, and because of that I just now told you that we have to design a system so that when it is assembled and when we wanted to disassemble it, it can be done with the minimum use of energy, and then the product may have its different impact. Like if we talk about the automobile, so the impact is normally into the use. So we had to design a system which is having a higher fuel efficiency but the lower emission. So that is the this one. So probably what we just now covered is that the problem and the solution. But problem and solution which is having, and there are few examples, but it has to be done through the mission, so that only the things and the better result can be possible. Now let me talk to you for some time, 2 minutes. If you have any question on this issue, I will be happy to answer. And if there is no question, then I will move further. Anyone who wants to ask anything?
The participants can put up some question, or maybe can type in the chat box also.
Yeah, the better it is typing. So in meantime, I can. Audio is not clear, I think.
Sir, earlier it was like that. Now it is fine. In the starting, it was slightly disturbed, but in the meantime, you adjusted it. So.
So let me go further, because you do not.
Yeah. So in case if anybody has questions, they can always put up in the chat box, and sir can address anytime, or at least at the last. Sir, still some participants feel that audio can be slightly improved. In case if you can bring the mic closer.
Okay. अभी आ रहा है सर?
Yes, sir. Now it is okay.
Okay. बीच में बोल देने का अगर ऐसा है तो, क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि लोकेशन थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो जाता है.
But I thought of not disturbing your flow.
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
There is a
Now-
question, but I think it would be suitable to answer at last. Your
Yeah.
views on recycling in India.
हाँ.
So I think that would we will discuss. Atulji will please put it up again at last. I think that would be an interesting discussion.
Now there is two issues. One is the design for manufacturing, and then there is the design for environment. But you know, when we say the design for environment, so it's automatically the manufacturing has to become first. And you know, if the manufacturing has to come first, then there is design for assembly is also one of the issues, because lastly I told you that disassembly of a product is a real challenge, and in many cases we are not able to recover the material because we do not have a effective disassembly mechanism or easy disassembly mechanism, because it is not designed for this. So when we say that design for manufacturing, so basically it is emphasizing on the manufacturing issues throughout the product development process. And if DFN is successful, then we can say that if it has a lower production cost without sacrificing the quality. If you look into the normal design for manufacturing process, so which normally talks for the manufacturing cost, then estimation, and then you have to have a reduction system. So how it can be reduced is that, can we reduce the cost of component? Can we reduce the cost of assembly? Can we reduce the cost of supporting production? Now this issue is having its own limitations, and probably it is directly associated with the either it is the material or it is the manufacturing facility which is happening. Now the material cost is not into the hand of the manufacturer, but the designer has to give you the material which is having a lower cost, may have a better design so that it will not have an environmental impact. And then it is the assembly cost and the production cost. And production cost also, it has its own limitation, because the machine capability is fixed, and the cost of production is normally it cannot be changed unless otherwise we have a rigorous implementation of IE techniques through which we can control the supporting cost of a production. But the last one, which talks for the considering the impact of design for manufacturing decisions on other factors. So the continuation starts where the main issue is like two. So one is that when we are producing a product and then it has to be shifted. So can we handle the product after the production, after the use? Because if after the use there could be the many issues, like many of the products it can be remanufactured, recycled, or reused, or refurbished. This is now you know, if you look into the market, so there is the upcoming market of refurbished products. The same product which is refurbished and put into the use, put into the market for buying purpose, and many people like it. So that part we have lot of scope where we can work out, and probably, you know, these impacts on other system can be minimized. Now, the second issue is that when we talk about the environment and then design for environment, so what basically it talks is that we are trying to eliminate the environmental impact of a product over its life cycle. So what is its life cycle? Its life cycle starts with the material, then production, then distribution, then the use, and then the discovery. And we have to see that if I am changing the material, if I am changing the processes, so it is not going to impact the quality and the cost. And all these things is having a fundamental concept. So the fundamental concept where it talks for the sustainability, because, you know, any of the industrial activity which we are carrying out now, it has to have a balanced view. So what is the balanced view? Is the balanced view is the sustainability, and which talks for the three pillars, which is social, economical, and the environmental. And because of this, you know, if you look into the today product segment, which is coming into the market, and there you will find out the lot of product which is, you know, if it is the consumer product, like, you know, we are buying a refrigerator, TV, mobile, this computer. So they say that, you know, the product is energy efficient. Energy rating has started in our country some 10-15 years back almost. Then you will find out a segment of a product which says that the product is biodegradable. They claimed it. And there is social acceptability for, you know, for both of the issues, because, you know, neither we as a user also becomes aware, because he is knowing that what is happening with the what is happening with the what is happening with the environment, where if the product is not energy efficient, product is not biodegradable, ultimately it is harnessing. And even, you know, I will tell you the things where, you know, the government has slowly they started this from the school level, that, you know, um, what type of products, what type of things which is biodegradable in school level, and probably the revision of syllabus will come, that the younger generation will be more there. So this I will just say that, you know, when we say for a product, so and its life cycle assessment, so what the activity is required. So the major thing where, you know, where it says that, you know, recycle, reuse, repair is one of the things which normally, you know, everybody knows into the even the common people also is aware of that. But, you know, as a designer, you know, as a technocrat, as a, you know, being a teacher, we should know that, can we rethink of the product and its function. And, if we can rethink of a product and its function, so the basic fundamental is that can we reduce the use of energy and the natural resources. And when the product is in the use, so can it will have a sustainable production and the consumption cycle. See, this is also a one of the the prime requirement of biodegradability, that the product will have a sustainable production and then it will have a sustainable consumption. And what is going to help is that can we are able to replace the harmful material substances from the product, and that can be only done with the lot of efforts to the by the engineers, material people, that to finding out the alternate. Now, this is we are trying to see that what does it mean with when we say that the biodegradability. So, this is the conventional, product life cycle where we have a production, then we have a material, production, distribution, use, disposal, and then export. Now, now, what is our requirement? Our requirement is that, the product life cycle should be, like, natural bio life cycle. Means when we say that product is designed in such a way that it is completely biodegradable. Now, if you look into the conventional, the right one, that is the industrial product life cycle. So, what it says about the material production, distribution, and use, and then recovery. Now, when and this is having a two stage. Can we have a post-consumer recycling of a product? So, and that is only possible when we have a system for which it is designed. That means, can we design a product which can be easily dismantled? I will come to that particular point into the later stage. But there is another one issue. The issue is that the production activity itself. That whatever the waste of the material which is generated by the any industrial activity, can it will be recycled, and can it will be used as a material for some other form or same form, or it can be used as a raw material for other companies. And this is the concept where whole things are getting changed, because this conventional product life cycle is now started demanding. You may or might have heard about the circular economy. So it's not only talk for the one stage, but at every stage, can after the use of a product, can it can be the raw material for us. But that is the challenging job, but it is not impossible. And then this is the second cycle, which is interesting, is that the last the natural biocycle. So what this natural biocycle says is that we will deposit it in such a way that product will naturally decay, and it will convert into the resources, and then again the material can be harnessed from there. But that is almost it is the challenging. And then I told you the example of bioplastics. So within 73 days, the results can be, but the extraction itself is the challenging issue. Now, but what care should be taken? See, the care is that when we are recovering it, so the toxic and inorganic materials will not follow the biodegradable cycle. And if that is the case, then we have to, fundamentally think of a design where, material can be toxic and inorganic nature, and then we have a production system to support such type of material and other. And even the non-renewable resources which we have to think at the initial stage. So as a designer, the material has become a one of the key issues, and then the manufacturing design and design, manufacturing and other things, design for distribution, design for logistics and other things which is coming. So when we say that the whole process should be sustainable, meaning is that you should have a balance between the resource uses to the rate in which the earth is creating it. But probably it is the very ideal statement, and it requires lot of effort, and mostly it is difficult. But the things had already started to talk on that, and because of that, we in the energy sector we are much uh, aware of the non-conventional sources, and in which solar energy is one of. But the solar energy, I told you that PV cells, so the PV panels, so that is another challenge which as a designer we have to think it into the now, so that it can be balanced. And then the toxic waste, heavy metal, radiations, and other molecular garbages must be eliminated because they are not a part of the biocycle. Then we have to use the non-renewable natural resources. Then we have to eliminate the disposal of synthetic and inorganic material and plastic, which I had already told. I will, give you one of the example of, that is Herman Miller is the famous company, US-based company which manufactures a chair, and and the system, they have a brand name Setu. So Setu multi-purpose chair, and it is inaugurated with the Hindi word of bridge, but that you can read it sometime. And they have another one product that is known as Aeron and Mira. So this is also a two brand name. And this was they designed this particular product in collaboration with the German-based firm which is known as the Studio 7.5, which is very famous firm. And then they had combined they had come out with the alternate materials, and then they had come out with the innovative design, and combining all those materials and design, they were able to find out a comfortable chair which is environmental friendly. And if you look into this design of a chair, so this is the Setu chair that is last one. And when we say the last chair, you just look into that from Aaron to Mira to Setu. So you will find that the chair will having the very simple mechanism. And mostly this type of chair we are also using into the offices, and it has a lot of levers and other things. But this chair you just look into that. And what is the best thing for the design is that if you have a lot of assembly, lot of parts like Aeron and mirror, so assembly also it becomes complex. And then the reliability, because too many components into the system. If you have studied the reliability concept, so the parallel and the series system. So too many components into the system will going to increase the probably the failure rates also. And the Setu was the chair where they designed it, and you just look into the case where there was the simple curve which has been made. And normally in most of the chair which we have our design, so probably that much comfort and that things which is not there. And that is only having a single this one, the spring on which it has been rotated, and there is no lever, nothing. Only there is the one spine spring where the tilt mechanism is controlled. And what basically the Herman Miller come out with this particular chair is that they uh, they ensure the material which is mostly it is the recycled one. So we just look into the composition where environmental friendly and non-toxic materials has been used, mostly 41, 41, and 18. Then use of recycled material 44, 23, 21. Then less material content. Then it was the 20 lbs lighter than most of the chairs which were in the market. Then easy to disassemble. So because mm, there were no complex design in that. And it can be, since it was easily assembled because of the easier design, so it can be disassembled also. Then recyclability is almost 92%. Then they ensure that we are using a green power, no air or the water emission released into the production. And see, the concept here which I wanted to tell you is that if the efforts are to be on and we have a commitment, so things can be easily changed. But if you are not doing it, then it is difficult. And some of the examples which normally which is available is like Nike has thought of that. they were able to they were able to remove all the hazardous material from their products like footwear, clothing, and equipment. And this is the another one example where the box is designed without the plastic and without and there is and very simple design is there. And then this is another one example of Dell this one. And they insured everything at the every stage. Like if you I will not go through all, but what they insured into the seating. So sustainable repeatably renewable packaging material. Then we have a smaller transport footprint. So that is the case of the carbon quota which I was talking. Then the recyclable and the compostable material. So that is the things which is there in that. So when we say that the product has to be designed for environment. So probably it has uh, it is on similar lines of planning, concept based development. That is the upper part which you look into that that is the conventional product development process. And when we have to look into the environment, so we have a goals and the themes, then the material guidelines, then we have to assess the impacts and refine the design, and then we have to improve DFE process. So this is the 5-step conventional product development process is converted into the 4-step DFE process. Now, the first step says that you have to have a design for environment agenda. So, what are the, and for that, there are many drivers, goals, and the team. And what it says is that, the drivers, because, the drivers can be the internal drivers and the drivers can be the external drivers. And any company who is doing a business, and tomorrow they have to ask that now you have to think of a product which is environmental friendly. So probably that will have not a very good idea, and probably it will be rejected. Suppose there is small firm and you are being a plant manager or a development manager. When we go to the board of the companies to think of such type of things, so probably those people are also they have to think twice, because if they are happy with their profit, so certainly people will not initiate. So for that, we have a internal and external drivers. So the internal drivers are like product quality, then public image, cost reduction, innovation. Like suppose if a company is going to think in that way, that if I will produce such type of the product, then our public image will improve. So can company is able to able to uh, propagate the message that we are a green company. Like I told you the example of Apple, even the Samsung. Samsung also is the one of the brand which talks for the public image, and then can they think of, and then the quality. Because when we are thinking a product into the environmental performance, so we have to uh, think of a quality of the product in terms of functionality, reliability, durability, and repair. And because you are going to do it with the certain changes into the process or the material, and also that part which we have to ensure. And then the cost. So how the cost will be reduced. Like, can we use the less material and less energy product? Because if you look into a market as of today, so market is basically the price sensitive market. A company who is selling a product with X cost, and somebody is selling a product with X plus 1 cost. So, and the X plus 1 cost will having a company which is selling an environmental friendly product. So market, our market of developing economies are not accept the higher cost. So probably can we think of a lower cost? And then the US, the SETU chair, they actually, they come out with the alternate material, they come out with the alternate design process, and then they come out with the lesser cost of the chair, and because and due to the lesser cost, the simple chair was doing well into the market. So you have to think of on the issues like using the less material, less energy into the production. Can we have a cost saving? Can generate a less waste? So can we eliminate the hazardous waste? Because this has been, in the, if it is the developed economy, so generation of waste is the generation of higher carbon emission quota, and carbon emission quota is fixed for a company, and if they are consuming more than that particular quota, so basically they have to pay more. So probably the issue of cost reduction can hamper. And then the innovative thinking. Innovative thinking is that, you have to think into the say radical changes into the product design process. And product design process changes means you have to think of design for manufacturing, then design for manufacturing, then also design for assembly and disassembly also. Because I will give you the example of today conditions where in all the PCs you might have all the electronics item is having the motherboard, and the motherboard is the one of the component which cannot be separated. So that is the challenge. So even and the material which is used is the hazardous. Or you design a product with the two dissimilar metals, and then they had been melted, they had been made a alloy, and then they had been manufactured and product is used, but it is very difficult to separate it many times. So, we have to think of an innovation, and then let us think of a product which is made of independent material, and even the joining has to be done. So joining has to be done with the in such a way that it can be separated out. Then there are other internal drivers like operation safety, then employee motivation, ethical responsibility, consumer. This is broader issues. Broader issues means once we think on the quality, innovation, and the cost. So these are the issues like motivation, responsibility, and the behavior that can be molded, because that is within control of the organization and companies can do. But the issue of quality reduction and the innovation is the critical one, because it requires a wider support at the strategic level. Then external driver, mostly this is working for all the countries like environmental legislation. So legislation will force the corporates to think of a innovation in which the product can be designed, manufactured in such a way that it is having its safe product life cycle. Then the market demand. So companies we can create a market demand for such things like, I will tell you the example of solar panel. So the government has come out with the subsidy that if you put a solar panel at your house of some capacity, so this much exemptions will be given. And probably it is happening with the it will happen with the electric vehicles, and it will happen with the electric vehicles because for creating a demand, the policies will come that people can attract to those conditions. So it can be the corporate responsibility, or it can be the combined responsibility to create a demand with the corporate and the government, and then the competition. Competition is the issue where you have to think of, because there are many countries those who are very particular about the product which is having the lesser impact on the this one. So probably you will not have a global sustainability and trade organizations. So they have they can also trade organizations can come together, and then they can, and normally it happens that the manufacturers are, even they have the competition, but they are agreeing to the common issue. Then supplier also will need into same, and then the social trade. Now, the next is the goal. So, what is the goals are basically, these goals are the listed one, but I will read it very few, like, if I have a material state, so what should be our goal? So we have to see that we are able to reduce the use of raw material. Can we eliminate the toxic material from the product? Can we reduce the discards and the waste while we are processing the material? Can we increase the use of recovered and recycled material? So basically, this is the very first and foremost thing. And then let us talk about this production. So if a production is there, then what is the goal of production? Can we use the use of processed material? Means reduce use of the processed material. Then you can specify the process materials that can be fully recovered or recycled. So you can have a processes which is higher energy efficient processes. Can we design a production system which can eliminate the scrap and the wastage? So basically, with the product and with the requirement, you have to set a goal, and probably it is just look into. I will not go for all, but yeah, let's say recovery. So what it says, so it facilitates product disassembly to separate a material. So this particular point also, it has to be thought during the design, that you should facilitate such a process, so that the materials can be separated, or recovery. Can we have a facilitate the material recycling? Can we have a we enable the recovery and remanufacturing of the component? See, basically, if you look into the US and the European economies, so in the mostly the product which is hazardous, it is or the product which is consumer product, like vehicle and TVs and other things, household products. So basically, there is the manufacturer responsibility to collect it and recycle it. If you talk about our country, we do not have a such facility where the manufacturer is responsible for recovery, remanufacturing, recycling, and this one. And many of the companies, those who are working in this area, are basically the companies, those who are independently doing it, and they are taking their items from the Kavadiwala, and then Kavadiwala or the small places from there, and they collect it. And there is no, there is no proper channel for such type of thing. So that is there, and then they say about the team. So team can be the persons, those who are basically aware about the process of doing the design environment. Then the case is that, second step. So first step is that I have identified driver, maybe internal, external, goal, and the team, and then I will try to identify the potential environmental impact. So let's talk about the what is the main thing which I had shown you the slide in the beginning itself, that if the product is in the system, so it will have a potential life cycle impact. Like suppose this is the cover of your laptop keyboard. So, you just look into that. So the life cycle impact is higher, environmental impact is higher at the stage where material and the recovery is happening. And if you look into the automobile, so environmental impact is higher when we are using the material. So on the same concept, so the product has to be evaluated, and when it has to be evaluated, then it has to be answered certain questions. Maybe questions, maybe some other questions, but normally the common things which we talk about that. If we say the material, so how much and what type of recyclable material it is, because if it is recycled material, so environmental impact may be lower. How much and what type of non-recyclable material is used, because if you use it, then the probably it will have consequences and other things, and additives. So this is also become an important thing where additives are used for making the composite product. Then energy. Let us talk for the production. So waste generation. What type of production processes you are using? So that is also a issue, because it should have a energy efficient processes, or it should match with the material requirement. Then what type of auxiliary materials are needed to support the production processes. Then energy consumption. So how much waste you are going to generate, and then can the waste can be recycled. So this is also a broader issue which we talk for that. And then we have a distribution, then we have a use recovery. Issue is that these are the basic questions where you have to answer with specific to the product, and it is not a generic one, it is the specific one. And all these things which it is listed here, it is listed with respect to the process of the Setu chair. So it is listed. Then the question may be same, but the extent and the handling of the issues can be different. Like when we talk about the distribution, what kind of transport packaging, bulk packaging, retail packaging will be used, volume, material, weights, material usability, and then the concept of design for logistics. If logistics comes into the picture, and logistics also, it is having a very wide area where things are going on. Like, if you look into the old days where the, cylinders are transported from the Mangalore port to the various countries. Now, uh, it is mostly it is circulated through the pipeline, and then they have a depot in the state from where the cylinders are filled and cooking gas is coming to the houses. So basically, even the oil also, earlier it used to be transported from, but now the pipelines has been placed into that, and then there is the depot and the transportation has been minimized. So you have to think critically when we are talking for this, and this is the this is the case where we had to the potential impact of impact of Setu chair has been there, and um, these are the some of the things which is mentioned, like air pollution from factory emission, water pollution from factory discharge, waste generation during the production. So it has to be done. The softwares are also there where the product life cycle assessment can be done. Then you have to select a guideline. So DFE guideline says that you have to design. You have to select a guidelines at every stage. Like, let's say if it is the production stage, so we have to. What is the objective is that we have to minimal use of resources into the production. So can we eliminate few manufacturing steps, or can we use few manufacturing steps? Then can specify the materials that do not require surface treatment and coating. This is the important issue. Yeah, if you look into a product which is coming today, so product which is not facing to the public is now they are not doing any surface treatment and coating. They keep as it is. So such type of innovative thinking can be brought while when we are doing a design, and then we are doing a processing. Then minimize the number of components. That is also one of the issue, because having a more number of components, so we require more efforts to assemble it. Then if you require more efforts to assemble it, then more energy is required to assemble it. And then finally, when we recover it, then it becomes difficult. Then you have to specify the lightweight materials and the components, like it is happen into the Setu chair. So this is again the case where the distribution, also minimal use of resources into the distribution, basically packaging, and when the product is shipped at the customer end, so do it yourself assembly type is there. So uh, because it is going to cost you much, and then that cost can be saved and then can be put into the product or benefits to the customer. And mostly now even the furnitures are small furniture, table chairs are coming with the cupboards, which are coming with do it yourself assembly. Probably I had encountered it. I had ordered one product, and later on it was through Amazon, and we found that do-it-yourself assembly was there. But the thing is that the system is simplified during the design process in such a way that when it is manufactured and put into that, so and instructions are there, then we can easily do it. So again, the selection of guidelines for recovery is there. And moreover, I told you that this is specific to the Setu chair, so but it can be generalized as well. Then they had applied the DFE guidelines for that particular chair, and then they were able to they were able to, reduce the weight of 9 kg. Then they were able to remove the complex mechanism. Only there was the there was only one teeth mechanism was there. And if you look into their earlier chair of Aaron and Mira, there were so many complex attachment were there at the chair level. If you can not remember, I will just look into the bottom part and the statue of the Aaron and the Mira, and then you just look into the statue. So this is where, where it is there. Then you can use these guidelines and then you can work upon that. So these are the few examples which is there. So, when we talk about the DFE, so what we say is that, design products and processes within industrial material can be recycled continually with no loss in performance. This is very much important because thereby creating new industrial material. We have to design a product and process with natural materials that can be fully returned to the earth. And we have to design a product and process in such a way that we do not produce unnatural toxic material. And then we should use clean, renewable sources of energy rather than just fossil fuel. So, I am through with the presentation. It is difficult but important in all our responsibility. And everyone, business, entrepreneur, scientist, engineer, designer, researcher, everybody. And it has to be, innovation into the thought process. And government is doing lot of effort where the innovations can be harnessed, and then that can be product modification and the new products can be introduced. I had recently many if you read the literature you will find. So this is from my side.